Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians, many of which you will be able to see March 7th, 2026. Wow, that's only in a little under a month. For indiecd.con over in lovely Fowler, Indiana, at the Benton County Annex over on Aidway. I'll be having a new graphic setup later in the day for all these lovely shows. Free to attend, open for vendor slots. Reach out to my lovely wife, Amanda Tockert.mls@gmail for more information. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you, yes, you, to go from never handling a sword to teaching the art to others. The Big Stumpy Robots line of books and games. And, of course, Hades and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only that, a plucky reporter or cameraman, and a very, my brothers and sisters, a very odd cat, stand against the forces of darkness. Woohoo! Had a jaw pop in the middle of that. How the heck is everybody? It is Monday of a very special week. I'm hyped. Let me explain to you what's coming down the pipe. For those of you who may not have occurred, Thursday is my game night. I now have 2 a month. I am high on this the vibe. I get to see my kids, hang out with some folks famous in these parts. My boy Max, my girl Churro, and Grim, the grimmest of the grim. Then, the 14th, this Saturday, is, of course, Valentine's Day, which will be a smooth groove for those of you in the know. But between then Oh, my friends, we have been gifted. Oh, my friends, we have been gifted with Friday the 13th. Yes, folks, anytime we have a Friday the 13th, those around here call it bonus Halloween. And then there'll be all this heart themed candy available cheaply Sunday. But it doesn't get much better than that. So file into your hearses. Write your next of kin and set up to set off for the house on the haunted hill. Yep, folks. Sorry, don't know what happened there, but life, it finds a way. So, it's so good. Life is going to be very amusing at the end of the week. At the beginning of the week, I must work and slave. Work my way away. Have to play another day. Fraggles run and play. But I'm a dang doozer. Anyway, wow. A House on Haunted Hill reference and a Fraggle Rock reference in less than, 5 minutes? We are here for it. Okay. Accountability. Do I have some? Yes. This weekend was a little long, even by my standards, as both my wife and son were quite ill. And when they're ill, for the most part, I take care of them, which I did. But I've also laid out a few new videos that I get to work on, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, to get us back into the swing of things. I like to start the new year about a month and a half in. That's called consistency, folks. My deadline might not be your deadline, but I always hit mine on time because a wizard is never early nor are they late. They always appear precisely when they need to. So, I got some great art done, which was fun. I've done a good bit of dungeon design, which I also do love. I'm prepping for, again, the aforementioned game. I will pardon, I'm fighting a bit of a cough. And it's hitting faster than my mute button, so we're going to have to roll with it. But my duckies, I also got to recharge last night. You see, yesterday, over the course of taking care of my family and doing what I needed to do, I hit a stamina crash, which happens when you've been burning the candle at both ends and you start carving your way through the middle to light that up too. In the madman's candelabra that I call this show, but I was running around, I'm doing dishes, feeding everybody, taking care of everything, flitting about the house, trying to clean, fix things, figure out how to jump the cars, yada to the yada to the yada. So yada to the third power, third. 1, 2, 3. Actually, hold on. 1, 2, 3. So much more comfortable. That is good, yeah. Anyway, and I crashed. Unexpected massive nap. I think I got a full hour that was dead to sleep. After eclectic dreamscapes, I awoke, went through the rest of my day. Everybody went to bed early, and I was left briefly with the house. Briefly with the house. And not a lot that was pressing. My legs weren't happy with me, so I wasn't going down the stairs to do laundry. The dishwasher was already chugging and running for its ridiculously long cycle. Coffee was made. I knew because I'm drinking coffee at midnight. Whether it's most peculiar or just, borrowing the phrase of taking one's whiskey neat, I found a bit of serenity and just sat in a battered game rocker on the floor, completely ignoring maturity, necessity, and the swirling madness that is current events. Found some kind of YouTube stream of relatively, actually monstrously chill, cyber electronica, techno, who knows what it was, like lo-fi, you get the gist, with this beautiful, splendid backdrop of a dilapidated, partially desiccated, ramshackle, dystopian cyber slum, with the only light beaming out being from assorted flakes of neon, while the sky cries its lament, mourning mankind's poor choices in life. Sitting here, the sound of rain around me, dim lo-fi, in a nearly bleak, darkened house. Sipping coffee with way too much chocolate and sugar and flavor. Delighting in the decadence of some quiet moments. Ah, my viewers. Moments like this delight and amaze. And when I did find sleep, far later than anyone should well into the realm of early, I woke up almost an hour early this morning. Like, okay, let's go. And had a chill morning. I might do some art. I'm really thinking about it. Kind of got that vibiness going. But what I don't have much in the way of problems. I got a long lost candy bar like object to remind me what breakfast should be, beyond, of course, more of that beautiful, beautiful coffee. I have the delight of friends, family, and the people who are in between. And as I sat surrounded by the ghosts of 1,000 different incarnations of myself, carrying the scents of secondhand smoke from cigars and Swisher Sweets, and whatever was in that herbal monstrosity my old teacher used to pack herself. I found a comfortable kind of serenity. Haunt liminal spaces long enough, haunt liminal people long enough, they haunt you back. It's part of the trade. And if that's not enough to let the creative juices just kind of steep and percolate and pop over like a boiling pot of the finest of Colombian coffees, I don't know what is. So, we'll drop into an ad. Let you ponder that. We'll be back in a minute or so. Alrighty, one moment, please. With bleed. I need to fix this because I am working behind the scenes with bleed. Okay. And yeah. Okay. That's odd. Oh, delivery trucks. Exquisite. I'm expecting some deliveries. Now, I prattled on this morning, as I am prone to do. Wonder what you guys are on about. Let's find out as we descend into the bowels of my chat. Probing you guys' innermost expressed thoughts and concepts. First through the door is Carl Witzman. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Witzman. Accountability. I managed to man up and finish editing on the young adult romance novel from our friend. It didn't hurt too much now to send it back to her for corrections with suggestions. Nicely done. I hope that makes you some bank, my good sir. Witzman dude, and morning. Good morning, Foxy, my dear. I hope you are cuddled with the canine tank that is your wonderful dog, and that fella who lurks in the background doing crab dances. Anyway, hey Foxy, and good morning. Just had a scone with marmalade, says Dan Hollifield joining us. The marmalade was handmade by an online friend who lives in Scotland. And now I resemble a Rolling Stones album because I have sticky fingers. If only it was just you and not just about every politician we have to deal with. Lol. Hello, Mr. Hollifield. Hello, Donna, Foxy, and Dan. Indeed. And hey, Dan, and I'm really hoping it gets up to 41 here as predicted. It's already 24 above. It feels like a tropical heat wave. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. Anyway, hey, I spent the night in the chair rather than bed. Made it easier to convince myself that horizontal was not my preferred orientation. Before it died, I had a beautiful purple leather Lazy Boy. It was big enough to be like a family size, I swear. If it were any bigger, it would have been a love seat. And it was broken in and battered, and I loved it dearly. I know that feeling. Well, we did that. If you're sleeping alone, there is nothing better than a nice recliner. We're at 32 now. Projected high of 54. Well, you know what? If it's that nice, maybe Thesis could go up there and squeeze out a new intro video for his stuff. It's been a while, and I'm sure he's been keeping up on his drilling. Be great to see. Woohoo, Foxy. Okay. Wither fairies, some of you need to lay off the Midwest and come give us some snow. Oh, weather fairies. Whew, wither fairies are not something I need to deal with. Anyway, and no snow predicted here for the next week, so maybe they're listening, Foxy. I sure hope so. Don't want a year of fires again. Keyword predicted. And good morning, Dawn. Now, I did a bit of artistic doody-doody-doo for Dawn. And yes, I just referenced the Bozo Show. It happens. Now, she asked me to sign it, and I am not signing it, and I'm going to explain why. If I were to sign it, it would throw off the graphic design of it. It is not in any way, shape, or form about yours truly, especially that kind of work. I am proud of it. And if I end up doing something more image-based rather than textual, although it is hand-drawn and designed font, I'll probably tinker on the side. But for that, no, that shirt needs to look better. And frankly, I hope it earns you guys some money. It would be terrible for you guys to put those shirts up and sell them and, use the proceeds to assist in Ted's medical bills. I would never conceive of anything like that. Nor would I say that Dawn is, of course, the creator of Her Cat's Buddy is Shorchat. Woohoo! Yeah, you thought I was going to forget. Not today. Not today, Satan. Why would I yell at myself? Anyway, hi, Dawn. Stopping in before my morning check, before heading off to radiation. You do what you got to do. You take care of yours. We'll take care of things over here and keep you chatting and at it. Good. Hey, Dawn. Hope the day runs smoothly for y'all. And hey, Dawn, we're thinking of you both. And meanwhile, it's a sunny 35 right now, predicted high of 59. Nice. Or at least 10 degrees from nice, LOL. And Foxy's being angelic. 40, Foxy. I'm tired of being cold. That's all we've been getting here, too. Cold. We need cold and snow. We're getting about 65. We're getting about 59% of snowpack last I checked. Yikes. 1 minute. Oh, Facebook, you are cruel. Sending me an ad for donuts from Krispy Kreme. Overrated. No. Oh. I lost the name of my second favorite gas station. See, Speedway is my favorite gas station because they have Mountain Dew slushies. But Family Express has the best donuts. They're sometimes square. Best donuts. Some of the best donuts you've ever gotten are the Family Express in Madairyville, Indiana. Shout out to the Family Express in Madairyville. But I'm going to say it right now. If you're stopping at a Family Express in Indiana, make sure it is the one in Wheatfield on 49. The guy who makes the pizzas inside there, to die for. Anywhere else, Casey's life. This has been Fat Guy Advising Food. Hey, write what you know, folks. As temperature roughly half boiling water, I am comfortable if a tad underdressed. And lays my physique is more rock the dad bod than romance novel cover boy, LOL. Look, some people have preferences that way. Don't forget to like and share, folks. Hey, Nick. Welcome to the party, Nick. Well, thanks to be here, you know. How are you? Dr. Carl is in. Oh, God. See, that's what you should do. Carl Witzman needs to do a variant of his show that is set up entirely like you were spoofing Frasier. Hello. Dr. Fraser Crane is in. Oh. Anyway, I'll round my third cup. My consciousness is vivid today. See, I ponder how many cups measuring are in the cups you consider a cup. Because for me, my coffee pot, which is a regulation coffee pot that says it's 12 cups, but it really isn't. That gets weird. Is 2 to 3 like beverage drinking cups, usually. Also known, and I have none in here, as mason jars. Are you seeing smells yet? Oh, amateurs. Come to 3 or 4 pots. Okay. For more on consciousness. Now, see, that's how you roll. It's so good. Not quite yet, Foxy, but we're out of hot coffee. Maybe after a Coca-Cola at lunch, LOL, which means many, many trips down the hall. Well, look, I figure I could take medicine to do that when I need to, or I could drink coffee to do that when I want to. Pondersome. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Why did the screen go all black and white when he mentioned Friday the 13th? I don't know what you're talking about. Must be a visual error on your end. Good morning, gang. Hello, Angelina. Well, hey, Angelina. Everyone's greeting Angelina. How are you, my dear? You just came in. You came in just as Nick is possessed by old movie tropes. Whatever do you mean? I'm having a perfectly normal, regular day. Morning, all. I'm in listening mode today. That's okay, Trey. I'm just glad you're here. And when you're here, you're family. Unfortunately, it's in that Alabama way. Love you, Trey. Anyway, hi, Trey. Hi, Trey. I was in a mood. Don't mind me. I was watching the 80s slasher film Graduation Day. Exquisite. Exquisite. I did not realize we have a Friday the 13th this week. Good reason to watch the original. What was it? Last week, I got to watch the classic. The classic. David Carradine kind of guest starred nightmare, quasi-psychedelic sorority nightmare that was. Oh, shoot. What was the name of it? What was the name of that movie? Evil Tunes, yes. Accountability. I live much to the regret of those who wish me ill. Ha-ha! Dodging bullets since 1997. Once again, the assassins have failed. And Angelina is greeting everybody. And of course, Nixie. I get the end, of course. I'm special. Anyway, the beautiful part of Friday the 13th of February is that you're going to have it again in March. Unless it is a leap year. Oh. And for folks, just look, behold the beauty of this year's February calendar. Perfectly lined up. It tickles my tism. And other things that amuse my neurodivergent self can be found where? Why, it can be found right here.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a cap, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
We're playing Munsey. We're gonna come over here and set things up for me. Bam. Alrighty. And I am feeling artsy. And so we'll set that up and we'll truck through these real quick. Well, we'll truck through these some more. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, by the way, Joe. And hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. A huge thanks to Joe for turning off the stream that went boink. I don't want to dampen the mood, but I would like to share for you that my dad had a stroke in September and I had to put him on hospice last week. Prayers, good vibes, whatever you do, please. And hold on, this is more important. Angelina, you've made an incredibly difficult decision that I know my wife had to go through with her father at one point. It is tragically necessary. But what you are doing is putting them in a situation of comfort, of grace and support, which is a great kindness. It is also more dignified for the people who end up in such facilities. While tragic with its obvious implications and perhaps looming, it also is a tremendous gift, both in the opportunity to have time to make other preparations as you may need, and perhaps have conversations that you wouldn't know you needed. For all my jests and silliness and borderline madness, please understand you and yours are going to be in our thoughts and prayers over here. And I wish you every kindness. If there's anything I can do to alleviate stress or provide distraction, even if you just need somebody who's not quite there, not quite involved, you can just vent to. My messenger's always open. I may not always respond right away. I take care of little man and I have my own issues, and heavy hangs the paper collar sometimes, but I will always read it and I will always think on it and always try to respond. Now, this isn't going to dampen the mood because I find when the clouds come in and the sky gets very dark in the company of good friends and good times, joy can be found. And it's okay for it to be found. Because remember, happiness is fleeting, much like sorrow. Neither of these are forever. But one can find a quiet joy in their hearts. And with a bit of work and a bit of time and a bit of courtesy from those around us, that joy can become immutable. It can become tireless and unending, even behind the tears. So, you have our support. And if there's anything we can do, unlike people who may say that hollow, reach out. My means are limited, but I will do what I can. Though I'm best at just kind of listening. So I'm going to continue right on after this respectful bit of a commercial just to break the time.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at ndcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Are you okay? Sure. That's not even carbonated. It should not have been able to blow up like that. That's okay. If that's the first time my drink has gone boom, that would be a lie. So many of my meals end up rather explosive. To this day, there's a household rule. I'm not allowed within 10 feet of cream of wheat and a microwave after the great cream of wheat incident. Because I had to be repeated for science. Anyway, woo! What are you spitting up for? Okay, here we go. And Uma wishing well was approved at the Cancer Center. MP. Okay. And hugs to Angelina, wishing well. Thanks, Dom. Munsey talk, Angelina. Oh, okay. Accountability. There will be a Behind the Code tomorrow night. Rock on. There will be Craves Play Wednesday. Back to listening mode for me while I work on cost estimates. Excellent, exquisite, and beautiful. Creatives at Play made my brain jump to crafting. The crafting made me jump to the list of projects I need to do and the gear I need to acquire, which made me jump to this question. A few of my dear, dear friends and fellow sword connoisseurs are active here right now and will be in the chat later. So, on to you, my dear, dear friends. I ask, what gear preferably of the hard-sidey, are you lacking? Because I'm planning in the fairly near future to set up, amongst other things, my jig/rig for making bracers and possibly sabatons, possibly elbow cups. I'm planning on doing it out of HDPE, unless I can get a line on some 3/8, a quarter, not 3/8 probably, aluminum. Also, should anyone ever have access to legally retired, listen to me again, legally retired metal signs like stop signs and yield signs and the like, if they ever would like to get rid of those in a manner that will be used for good and crafting and joy, please reach out, because we're getting very close to armoring season. I also have to do a bit of creative lumber work because I need an anvil stand. Well, depends. If I use my old anvil, that's fine. Then I just need a forge stand. Options are welcome. Input is always desired. Love y'all. Now, yay, Don! And to get your rewards, good job. So, because who knows? Joe may get a live feed one of these days of me singing the song of my people. And we skip that bot, especially because Bile Temps is not a good name. Angelina, you're in our thoughts. We now have tapestries on the front and back doors to block the cold from seeping through the door frames. Wise. I am finally moving well enough to play Munzie, but I can't remember to. There are a lot of places in Dalton to catch one. Maybe we need an app to remind you. If you need a Munzie pimp to remind you, I would humbly offer my daily pestering services help. Ooh, look at you, Uncle Carl. Now, I'll go back here because I'm going to crack on. Sandra's asleep, and I'm going to go right back here, bang through some of these, and go. So I missed a lot of the snow. So, Nick, are you available this afternoon? I was hoping to get the files. You can show them if you want. They turned out amazing. I sent you the files. I sent you them in ping with transparent backgrounds so that they should be totally apropos. They should work just fine. If there is a problem with your printer, please reach out. I thought I did everything to spec. And that's the plan. To get the file to Stacy, and she will handle all the payment, shipping, and ordering. Excellent. But yes, by all means, those files should, what you downloaded from your chat are the files. My babies. Hello. Like I said, unless you need it in another bizarre format. And hello, Grant. And ask for a Munzie pimp for Christmas. Uncle Carl, how did you know? One moment. No! Mariah! 1 second. Back, you beast! Into the darkest vault I cast thee. Be frozen and wait your time. Sorry. You got to be careful with the asking things for Christmas. It's not been long since we laid her back into her chamber. Anyhow, apparently I missed Dawn's babies. And greetings to Grant, and greetings, and you have one now. I'll start PMing you tomorrow. I mean, she will be sorry, right? Missed it by that much. And good morning, Chris Walker, and welcome to the start of your week. High is supposed to be reach 64 degrees. Tomorrow's supposed to reach 70. I love you, Chris, but you're a cruel, cruel man. The things we endure to be relatively alligator-free. Squee unloaded. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. Greetings. When did wrenches turn into shields? No idea. About 3 days ago. Well, all I see are wrenches on mine, so shields up. Dun 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 dun. And greetings are being issued, and I missed that too. What a wild. Yeah, I was like ask if everybody was tired. It seems like this, but this doesn't seem like a superb owl crowd. I didn't watch the game. I don't usually watch the game, but I've been a Seahawks fan since I was 2 years old. Go Hawks. To the person who desperately needs to hear this, and with love to those who don't, this is very targeted. So this isn't at anybody else of the family, but to she who shall not be named, how are your Packers doing? Anyway, and thanks for the monthly ad. I read a book while Superb Owl was on. Superb Owl memes were great. Chair. I took care of everybody, and let me think. What did we watch? I think anime and Chinese dramas. Time lapse. Yes. I need to get back to that 1 second. I have hit the record button, even though you didn't see it, because I got off topic. There we go. And Angie watched the Super Bowl. And I was surprised because I didn't think she even knows the rules. Good morning, Chris. I'm trying to find the right pose reference. And I have pose references, but nothing I want to work on that is, necessarily apropos for what I am doing. Well, for the content that I'm on. Ha ha! These are still not necessarily apropos, but they are delightful. So we can go here. I had to stop following a bunch of my favorite people on the Bird site because I left the Bird site with its whole naughty AI problem. So I decided I would check to follow them on their Reddit feeds. So I get new art sometimes. Okay, no graph. Most of us could tell you what sports season is. We watched a show to feature the Budweiser horses and adverts. I should note that I am actually a fan of superb owls, or even average owls. I like owls. Thanks for the comforting words. I made my daddy complete advanced directives in 2021. It's made everything so much easier. If you don't have those, think about getting them. I have to set up a great many things, which I've had poor luck achieving. But thank you for the reminder. With their silent flight, tendency to eat rodents, they are a win in my book too. Plus, Bob. If you know, you know. And the real question is, White Lodge or red? I asked the log lady. She said, ask the dancing dwarf. And the dancing dwarf said to ask you. Foxy! Rush has an album we might enjoy. Fly by Night. Nice. Someone just rang the bell. Can't see them, but where I'm sitting, but still plotted with my friend's family and medical staff. Oh, nice. I watched the big game with some friends, and we talked about other things alongside watching the game. It was fun hearing the part about wrestling business from a friend who was part of it. I do enjoy the stories I've had from my friends who are former pro and semi-pro wrestlers or farm leagues. Lynn just informed me that there's a case on Court TV involving an unsolved crime in Athens, Georgia, and the university there. Ooh. I watched women's hockey, then we flipped back and forth to the... Wait. Women's hockey is a thing? See, that could be an interesting sport. That's awesome news, Don. Ringing the bell, such a momentous occasion deserves celebration. Ted's back. Hey, Ted. Nice. Ted is back. It's almost time for lunch. Whoa, football shade thrown by Nick. Oof. This is selectively and delightfully earned by someone who attempted to force conversion. And whatever someone's religious or preferences are, attempting to force conversion is always a dick move. The only sport I actively follow is hockey. I didn't say actively follow it. You see, my earliest memory is being a very, very small little guy, about 2 years old, running on a beach at a certain town in Oregon, chasing seagulls. And at that time, I was wearing a poofy Seahawks jacket. So that's why whenever I have to pick a team, I say the Seahawks. That's literally as deep as it goes. But it's quiet. I'm going to run a commercial, I guess, and then I'm going to draw some just for the heck of it.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Alrighty. Oh, we need some music. We've got a chill moment. Hey. Winter Olympics, Nick. Yes. Now, there are some I quite like. And I'm a, ESPN 4, ESPN 6, or whatever guy. Anywhere I can see, the Lumberjack games. Well, I better get ready for cat. Oh, yeah. Don't get cut. See some of you on Thesis' show. Groovy. You guys have fun with that. I'm going to drop into some art to try a new setting. So that means I need some rather chill music. So we'll do Chill Dude. Comments are still active. And I will remind people that I am taking simple commissions up to the date, should you need anything, as I could financially use the money. But I have to get a vibe going. And do some art. There we go. Yep, there it is. I had to find it. Right now, I am thinking. And when I am thinking, there's a lot of sketchiness. And we're going to go from there. I like this. I like this. Yes, I'm drawing an elf girl. At least I'm going to try this pose. I don't know if I like this pose. Because my brain's trying to make me draw something else that's a completely different pose. And we'll have to see. Well, you guys do what you have to do. I understand if you require feline stewardship. But, yeah. This is a good, what I would consider a good reference picture, but it isn't quite there. What was it? That's why we sketch, folks. Yeah, because that would be something like this. I have to look up more reference, but we're just going to do one of these. These. There we go. Very nice. And sometimes you just need to draw. Like I said, this is a little more static and a little more simple than where I wanted to go. But sometimes you just go with what you have, and I can save it and come back to it later as I need. And let's see. I like baseball, but the team in Pittsburgh is terrible. That happens. And I'll have to do another ad for the new books whenever I find out what the publisher thinks is a better cover than the one I painted 30 years ago for the online version. You can use the painting you did as a part of the ad, and just put cover to be announced in the ad. This should be much. Try to decide if I want this to be lower. Yeah, I want that to be lower. But I want to. Oh, I know what's going on. Yeah, because this has to be the cowl. Anyway, we'll get there. I am trying to get used to working at a new scale. I have a lot of work I need to do ahead of the convention, a lot of writing I need to do, because there's several things that I would like done ahead time of the collection. Forehand? There we go. We'll do this. We'll do this. Well, not my favorite librarian. She's a good librarian, so we'll give her props. Just keep it here. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to stay on, because this is just me being a little decadent and getting some quick sketch art time in. But I see nothing wrong and no harm in the odd quick sketch. Especially since, like I said, little man is asleep. And the only thing I have to do is acquire a package from my front porch. One of these. She looks good in one of those. Do that. Do that. I'm going to have to expand and transform a few things in this, but I have to love a good reference library. I need updated reference pictures. Couple of you, if you want art based, I need new references because I've done the same poses too many times. But I like this one. I have to figure out how I want. Books. And stuff. I have to figure out how I want the lighting to go. So if I put the lighting here, so we can do something like this. A sort of gnarly rose-ish pattern. We like that? We like that. I mean, you're not going to have a magical looking character without some kind of orb that could be pondersome. Speaking of, maybe she needs a pondering orb. You think she needs a pondering orb? I think she needs a pondering orb. Who doesn't like a good pondering orb? Ponder the orb. We'll just do that. I know that's an old meme, but I don't care. I still make "we don't need no stinking badger" memes. Yeah, humor. So, well, yeah, it would make sense because if she's a reference librarian, they need to be able to contact her to reference. So I'm just going to do this a few times. And we'll put a archway behind her. Just pencils. The ceiling will need some work. What does the ceiling need, my friends? Do something, just something indicative. I'm going to have to go reference some different gnarly looking chandelier situation. Because the light levels of enchanted library need to be colorful. Let's see. Oh, that's due to the ownership of the Pirates not wanting to spend a lot of money. It's unfortunate, but the 79 team and a few when Barry Bonds was on the rookie contract were fun to watch. Exactly. I mean, I am sitting here having grown up mostly in Northwest Indiana, finding out that there's a good chance it really looks like the Chicago Bears, the Bears, are moving to Gary, Indiana. What a fantastic turn of events. I may have to do some modified spell work for this character. We'll do that. And we'll do that. Yeah, that's not bad. And yes, this is just a sketch layer. No, I don't know if I'm going to even get anywhere severe on this, but this could be fun. And am I going to do an art piece for Valentine's Day? Of course I'm going to do an art piece for Valentine's Day. Am I going to telegraph that I'm doing it? No, because there's always a chance that Patty is watching. And then, of course, I will go back and check my spelling, because I always got to check my spelling on something. But this isn't bad. So the light would be up here. Light going here. Light going here. Light going there. There's a lot of light to work on. However, it's always fun to throw up a quick sketch idea. They're just totally different than the vibe I was going for, but I saw a pose that I happen to have that I like of a friend of mine who has a Mona Lisa vibe. Oh, Grant is a long-suffering Falcons fan. Previous owners wouldn't re-sign their best players because they were so cheap. They all seem to enjoy writing off the team as a tax loss more than anything. We live in a world heavily governed by the wealthy and the cruel. And somehow, generational wealth and personal ineptitude seem to be running hand in hand. Now, do I like them? My nose just itches. It's a cat hair. Not bad. One isn't at all where I plan to go with it, but it's not bad. That is not my drink. It is, however, commercial time. So we're going to come here. We're going to pause this. And we're going to run an ad. Who needs an ad? Oh, since he's going to be at Indie City in a month.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Alrighty, that was fun times. And let's see what else we got going on. I believe people will enjoy my creativity in the new books. Earth uniting to fend off a rogue comet threatening to impact Earth. Secret government organizations. Romance. A murder mystery. Delightful. And Chris says the current owner of the Falcons has willing to spend money, but he put his trust in the wrong people too long. That can happen. Oh, I forgot to turn the music back on. And I will thank Dan Hallfield, as always, for the use of his music. Boom. I will probably be doing some custom art for Grimm in the near future. We'll see. I'm feeling artsy. Now, where was that soul pen? Soul ring! No, soul pen. Now we'll just work. Oh, wait, I forgot for the other rule of this. That's a little too far. There we go. I have to pull down the opacity because it tends to cut out the weaker lines. And we'll just zoom right in. And when you zoom in, good lord, does it look like garbage. 15, that seems a bit big. Oh, not too bad though. Let's pull it down to 10. That's not bad. I'm just going Hmm. This. I want to set this up to see if I like how the format goes. I'm thinking of doing some technically low content stuff, either hand drawn coloring book or journaling project. That line, I love the point of the travel line. There we go. Delicate chin. Nice. It's nice. We're going to pull back just a bit to check. That. Not bad. I need to redo her ears. Her ears are absolutely horrific. But I knew they would be. I have to play with this a bit. That's not bad. This and that, this and that. We're going to keep on going. All that and Tom Darby too. Well, there you go. I like the plot hook, Dan. I like that. Nope. That is. The nice thing about very long-eared characters, be it elves or furry characters or whatever, is you can use the ears very expressively. Interested, more, neutral. You can have them down for being sad. You do it right, you can draw them back and they'll look very angry. I am working at this range, both artistically and to the scale, to prep myself for a project. I also have to redo the Raven Cleft. Castle Solitaire logo, which will be a little bit of graphic design. That's fine. I need to play with that anyway. If I do it right, I can make it a button. I might do that too. Ooh. Ooh. How that's going to work. I have to split that fold a bit. That's okay. Nick, you make a little swooshy noises? Yes, sometimes. Oh, and Angelina watches skating and gymnastics during Olympics. However, I'll go to any live sporting event. Oh, I agree. Love those Tom Darby books, Captain Dan. Actually, I didn't plan Tom to be in everything I write, but the silly bugger insinuates himself everywhere. You should do that. I mean it. You should make sure, if he hasn't appeared obviously, that in everything you write from now on, he can be a literary Where's Waldo. What are we gonna do with this? I don't know. I gotta figure out this class. Nope, not that. There we go. It gets caught up in my hair. I'll probably keep it blue. The blue's a great color. Something like this. As the whole feminine but not opie. Now, I understand some of you may have to jaunt over to Nita Daphne's show. And if you do, I want you to know I am not offended. Since I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, I'm just going to do that as a placeholder. There we go. Do that. Nice. This line, it's not problematic, so I'm going to use that. Maybe we'll see. I'm gonna have to play with this situation. There we are. But yep, this is the process, friends. I'm also trying to force myself to slow down while staying able to do the speed. Am I avoiding doing the incredibly complex layered hand thing? Yep. Do I know it will be the bane of my existence and I will spend probably hours trying to figure out how to get the fingers to interlace right? Yep. Will I do it just to spite AI? Yep. Yeah. Is it going to be a pain in the ass? Abso-fraggin-lutely. Is that okay? Yeah. Probably gonna have to move this whole rig over though. Yeah, we'll see. There we go. Now, we'll do this, we'll do this. Keep everything tasteful and subtle. Not bad. I haven't decided on her earrings yet. Let me look at the sub-inspiration manner. She is, okay, multiple earring girl. Okay, cool. That's an interesting choice. Usually the hoop is on the inside, but we'll work with that. And then her neck. Do something like this. Because she has a slender neck, because of course she has a slender neck, she's a freaking elf. Now, I do think I need to probably move this whole operation, whoops, over a bit. Let's see if I put that there and up just a bit, okay. I can come over here, and oops, we lost the blues. We lost this line, and that line. That's fine. We can work with that. This and that, and this and that. Now, if you guys are bored with the art, you let me know. I also am planning for next episode a random generator of sorts. I just have to get it drawn up ahead of time. Stop that. Thank you. Give me a little one. There we go. Might be time for another Art and Tales. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm just not sure. I need to redo this like that. There we go. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Sometimes there are aspects you just have to beat with a stick until they comply. Doesn't that bother you? Not in the least. I have no problem abusing my art into what it needs to be for a given situation. And then, of course, I have to suffer the indignity of a flip at some point. But that's okay, too. Okay. Let me see. How is that coming? Not bad. I may have to move her a little over. She's seated off to the side. Seated off to the side, just a touch. I don't know. Feel free to weigh in. Weigh in. Voice yourself. The voices in our head wants out. Mine give me directions in traffic. Oh, yours too? Auto. Let's zoom back out. I think I remember she is a jewelry girly. And I need... Autopilot, yes! When you're driven by a man named Otto. But it's about time for a commercial, so... let's stop. God, I love your music, Dan. We'll stop the music. And run. no. Oh, no, 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 no. I just found out that my one of my favorite disc jockeys, yes, DJs, one Maria Palmer, who you should follow. People on this channel should definitely follow her. You can follow her on Instagram. She is on Rock 95.5 out of Chicago, which is funny because 95.5 was about a lifetime ago my favorite jazz station, which I pay loving homage to just about every episode, believe it or not. I have spray paint on my hands from working on Nerf blasters. Anyway, she just released a bunch of stuff, which means when I get done here, I know what I'll be watching. But I also have to get out and deal with my collections. I am multitasking because that is how we roll in these parts. We're going to swap music for a second, just in the mood, just to mix it up a bit. Anyway, there we go. Super secret art technique, my friends, my duckies. Make sure you're using the pen, not the eraser. It does work better. Oops. That is going to annoy me. Could I use the perfect, the circle tool? Absolutely, I could. Am I going to use the circle tool? No, thank you. Now, I have considered doing game streams, and I still may. Not that I expect anyone to watch, because if I'm sitting around playing, Minecraft, I'm pretty sure that oh no, I can't afford that. And it's expired anyway. Woo! That is not where that should be. This should be like that. With all the lighting, as we discussed, is over there. But the scrying ball is for patron communication only. The scrying orb is for patron communications only. Anyway, I feel like she needs something. I don't know if she needs another necklace. Probably does. I think she's got something necklace-like. But I want to do this piece. And then I need to do some custom work for a friend. But let's move this over. There we go. Not bad. Now, the question I have for my lovely viewers who are still in the chat, and I hopefully still feel understanding, you're more than welcome to chat. Please don't feel you need to be quiet. The white zone is for loading and unloading. Sorry, Frank Zappa gets a certain level of snarky grin out of me. That's not the angle I want. I want a vaguely fisheye on the background. That's not too bad. I'm still going to, of course, have to tweak it, but... And I don't mean an Andrea Dietrich's butt. Dietrich. Yeah, my speech impediment is grabbing that one. I'm just going to do this. I need to play with that angle because that angle isn't right. This. Just do this. Snake down just like before. We'll see. Oh, I like that idea. I like the ceiling mounted circle. That's nice. That's something I can play with. That's details. That's stories. That's paperwork. If Tom Darby is stalking you, I can help you get a TPO. I work in legal aid. Unless that has a benefits for autistic children. Man, they keep trying to sell me swords that I cannot afford. Dang it. Well, we'll just keep right on working on this. Oh, when I get this done, I'll throw this up on my blue sky, as well as DA, probably. I'm a little behind on my DA. I usually am. But, and not everything is making it. I've lost a few images in the shuffle, and I do apologize, but at the same time, I'll have to figure out some other way of archiving my stuff. There we go. Just better bind this. Rod! I'm going to be doing that line for the next 2 weeks. I could just tell. This is one of those where I'm going to be like, that's not bad. I'm going to have to revisit it and again, redo it again and again and again till I like it. But I see a lot of my layers as integrations. Well, that's okay. I appreciate it. Turns out 2 PA announcers in an airplane were actually a married couple and really didn't make announcements for everyone. That's cool. That's very cool. Where else we got into? Not much. This one just come out a little farther. There we go. Now we're starting to get there. I'm trying to break. It's like, can you feel the strain of trying to break loose? I love the concept of the lighting I have above her, but it looks too busy, which is what I had to look at. The design will sit in the back of my mind, rest assured. But that makes it look far too busy. Now, how do I want to do this? We'll just do this. I like that there's the idea of a lot of flameless lighting at in the library. It's the rails. These Tim Burton looking bookshelves go on. Let's see. I hear the stirrings of Little Man, so I'll be stopping fairly soon. But that is not a problem. I just had an image try to come out, and this is not it yet. Okay. Don't mistake this for the image yet. Because it's not. This is an image and a decent artistic warm-up. Now, depending on how my day goes, even the days leading up to Indie CD Con, I'll have to find the flyer pictures and alter them. It is my overall intention, and I'm leaving lots of room to shrink because I'm seeing a lot of vibration in this, which means I'm running out of morning mojo, but I will probably be doing more art streams because, amongst other things, I take on-site commissions at every convention that I work. It's how I started vending. It's probably how I stopped vending. My last convention I ever work, I'll probably be drawing it. Yeah, now we're starting to get somewhere. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know, but that helps. That helps a good deal. And then again, so will this, because it's the nature of such things to help. I'm trying to decide if I'm at a point artistically where I can attempt a project after all the silliness is said and done. And I think the answer has to be yes. So there's that. I have a couple projects I need to attempt. One I have to redo. But this is set theoretically for statement size. And I like that idea. Oops, I forgot the sort of lose those two lines. That's being argumentative. There we go. Go. Why is that so long? Because it amuses me. Okay, let's try being lazy. Let's just compare the action of sloth here. Yeah. Sloth wins. Oh no. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Again, Doesn't need to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion. Just needs to work. See, now we have good framing. Decent things. I have 2 light sources, lots I can play with, but I still rock in the black and white. Still needs a lot of detailing, but I can say pretty confidently that I am fairly comfortable with where this leads. Nope. So I'm getting very close to being at a good pause stop. A save point, if you will. Let me. That's almost straight. I'm proud of myself on that one. Unintentional, but oh, it's like so many characters out there. It's almost straight. Oh, come on, that was funny. Somebody should laugh about that. It won't be me, but somebody should. Okay, there we go. Not bad. I like the vibes. Let's cut the sketches out and see what we're actually working with. Not bad for where we're going. I mean, really, really not bad. It almost has tarot card energy. And that is on my to-do list as well. So I think we'll stop here. Oh, wait. Let's see. Is it wrong for me to want to see book spines that are curved to fit the shape of those shelves? Well, I mean, you will, technically, because this is just a perspective game. But I can do that. This is one of those that, again, I'm going for a very Tim Burton-ish vibe. And just a touch of claustrophobia. My angles aren't quite right. And I need, like, this whole light art image will need what I call black work. I don't know if it's the right term, but it's where you start playing with the line weights to get things to pop right. But right now, I'm just still framing it in, and this. Because this is going to be a so I could make it easy on myself. I could make it very easy on myself. I don't have to have a rack of scrolls right here, but I do. And the fact that one's coiled backwards is going to drive me nuts, but that's okay. I may do something playing in the back, but we'll see. This is where the huge volumes live. Well, that's too thin. At that size, it needs to be about double that. Zawaldo! Anyway, pencil this stuff in right now, and we'll do like Schonker's books. I found a encyclopedia set. Basically, I desperately want. It is basically a complete tech tree of human technological development. What's this? Just got off the phone with Nathan. He's at the ER because he almost cut his thumb off at work. He's going to need surgery. I need to figure out who has my voodoo doll and get it back. Good Lord, woman. Hugs Angelina. Yeah, why don't you go take care of that? You are loved, my dear, but if there's anything think when this is all said and done, you need a nap and a cookie. I mean, realistically, a nap and a cookie would probably do you some wonders, but on that. Okay. Do we stay with the pure black and white and do that? Yeah, we do that. That looks good. That looks good, doesn't it? That looks good. We're happy there. We're happy. We're feeling glad we got sunshine in a bag. Okay. That was a song my brother used to sing all the time. Okay. My other brother would sing about his eyes see whites. Whoa, that did not get closed right. Not in the least. Okay. I may have to just erase all that, we'll see. I wonder why that didn't close nice. Should have closed nice. And closed right here. To here. I'm not even worried about that. That. There we go. Now we're getting there. We're starting to get the vibe. It's vibey. I know. Heaven help me. I like a good vibey bit of artwork. Yegads, the criminality of it. I know. And we'll just do that for anywhere that probably would be seen, but needs to not. There we go. We like that? I think we like that. All right, I'm going to have to do some real black work on her real quick, but we're getting there. It's nearly 2 hours, so I think it's time to run a longer ad. I'm glad you guys are both entertaining yourselves and doing what you do. Yeah, I think I'm at a point where I think I can do some projects that I've been putting off. So first, let's do a longer ad, and I will be back in just under 2 minutes.
In 1948, a man was found dead on the beach. But he hadn't just washed up. Oh no, he was very nicely propped up against the seawall, very well dressed. But there were no labels in his clothes. They had all been cut out. Very mysterious, the police thought. And then they found, rolled up in his pocket, a piece of paper from a novel that said Tamam Shud. When they finally traced it, it came back to the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. But it got even more strange, because in the back of the book, when they found that it had been torn out of, there was a code, a secret code that has not been cracked to this very day. When they finally found his suitcase, it had a mysterious jumble of items, some which were very hard to explain. Also in the back of the book was the phone number of a very mysterious nurse. What did she have to do with the death of the Somerton man? Find Death and Love Down Under, a novel by Carl Witzman, on Lulu.com in both ebook and print format.
Shrimp yourself. Unshrimp yourself. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Get down. Lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die. Okay, comments are nice and quiet. That's okay. We have 10 hugs, Angelina. Hope surgery goes well. Yes, hope surgery goes well, and doctors can fix him up like nothing ever happened. I am so sorry to hear that. Poor guy. Wow! Be gone! But and no, I don't know why she looks like she's just quietly asking you to sign your soul away. But contract is a contract. You wouldn't believe the finer notes on getting a replacement for your library card here. Mwahaha. There we go. Tasteful, but distracting. Nice. I'm still gonna have to figure out the little details I'm gonna have to put on that book, and probably just erase everything around this. I'm gonna have to work on that, the blast radius of that light too, but that's okay. It needs a little bit. It's a little less than subtle. But I'm kind of digging it. We're getting there. We're not there, but we're getting there. And that's all that matters, folks, is getting some work in, getting some art in. I need to check something real quick. Yeah. I think this calls for hand-drawn. The font size of the. There we go. Okay, can we talk about how nice I got that to fit all in all? I know it needs some work, but just getting that all to fit nicely. That delights me. Having it dance. Okay. I also know what I'm going to have to do here. Let's see. Yep, that, but not wrong. That, but done, correctly. Not making a horrific, embarrassing mistake live. That's one thing I want you guys to realize. One of the big things that keep people from doing art, for the same reasons that people are hesitant to write, is the fear of screwing up. My friends, I have screwed up so much, so long, for so many times. Okay. Head that way shortly. Nathan took my car to work this morning's shop. I'm going to have to get a ride to pick up my car. Oh, good luck with the transportation, Angelina. I hope everything is functional for you. And you guys got the majority. I mean, it's not perfect, but you guys got a decent bit of, unexpected art out of me. And that's got to count for something, right? I'm going to have to zoom in and do fine detail tweaks, which I may stream for, I may not. We will see. But I think we are fast approaching the time for me to call it. And I'll just do a little bit of this. Just a little kiss. To class it up a bit. A bonus. Well, I'm glad you're home, Dawn. I hope Ted is resting well. I'm pulling for him not just to pull through, but to pick up superpowers from it. Just saying. When all this is said and done and he's feeling good, you might have to buy the man some spandex. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to do this at that range. That would be stupid. Here we go. Oh, Nick, you did it from musical, so you're going to start singing again, aren't you? Yep. They're going to have to stop you from that. I know. I remember the rules. Thou shalt not sing. It annoys people. My voice is a blight upon the earth. See, this should have had a very sharp edge. Oh, that's what's wrong. I see what went wrong. Okay. Whoops. I can fix this now. See, that's much sharper. I like the sharper. There we are. A little bit more. A little cleaner edge. We'll fix that in a second with my erasing power. We're getting there. We're getting there. And that's what matters. Well, now you know. And as they say, knowing is half the battle. The other half is a combination of red and blue lasers. Yeah. Okay, I want to get this cleaned up just a bit before I adjourn. Because during the, lengthier break a moment ago, I basically verified that the little man is still down. He just went to the bathroom and had, he has been sick all weekend. Poor little man. So he's going to take another easy day. When he's feeling better later in the day, I am going to make him do the chickens, but that's called character building. And that is a necessity. Come here. What's that? Man, it sounds like my computer's trying to take off. I kind of love that. I love that for it. I really do. Erase. Nope, that's not right. Something went wrong. There we go. Come on, Nick. Control myself. Let's see if I like that. I kind of do. It gives me options. And I do. Yes, I love a good set of options. Few things have the raw staying power of getting me in such a good mood as having a good set of options. Let me finish this piece across because that's visually bothering me. So yeah, we'll be wrapping up soon. And then I'll probably take a break, and then I may come back to film a little bit more. We'll see. But that would not be what I was trying to see. Just do that. Just leave that there for now. We'll leave that there for now. We're getting places. Don't know where they're getting, but they're getting there. Oh, tired. Nick is starting to get tired. I'm starting to get tired. Some lighting there. Just throw some more obvious lighting lines there. Do 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 do. Now. Did it again. How is that looking? Not bad on your screen, which means it's not looking bad on mine. How's it looking on yours? It will be okay. I'm glad. Dawn, I sent you all the iterations to your Facebook Messenger. If you download the files from there, you will find them to be quite sizable. They should work exactly as requested. I don't believe Facebook Messenger converts them. And I kept them at a relatively small file size so they'd be easy to manage. Now, it's hard for me to do anything with a librarian that doesn't end up with me humming dun 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 dun. I am going to have to redo the circle part just a bit though. But I kind of like the little specks. Specks are kind of cute. There we go. There we go. That looks like something I could fit in one of my RPGs. That might go in one of my RPG books. That would not be the end of the world. It's okay. Dawn, everybody's brain is like a scrambled egg. That's why I'm telling you, if I sound cross, I'm not. I'm just thinking too hard. When I'm focusing on drawing, I tend to sound very... Just a tickle of the tism, nothing to worry about. That might look better just flat out whited. Let me look. Because that's what, oh yeah, that looks better whited out. That looks substantially better whited out. Because then I can go, whoop. And I can go, whoop. Nice. We like that. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. mildly pleased with it. That's a little terrifying for me. I'm rarely happy at all with my work. You have to understand that. That's why I get so, when I say I am done, because if I don't, I'll never be done. And that is a dangerous, dangerous trap for an artist. Like, I have to figure out where my cutoff plot-wise for Hanson Hellfire 2 is going to be. But that's getting there. I'm still going to ask, what do I need to do yet? What fine detailing need to do? The book, maybe put some wood paneling look on the tabletop. Either do that or get rid of these goofball scratchy lines here, because they look like poverty. Gentrify my picture. That sounds terrible. Okay. Now. That's not bad. My duckies. Okay. That means I need to zoom way in here high. I need to grab my eraser. Actually, no, I can use the soul pen. The soul pen. Right down here, be like. That feels chonkers. I don't like that. That feels too chonkers. Let me go here. That's better. Nice. Not perfect. Not bad. Yeah, that's going to drive me nuts. Hold on. We go here. Here we go to save the day. Grab that. Choink. Go here. Move that a few degrees over. Right there. Okay. That. If only I could just go. Click. Victory for Nick. All right, guys. This has been a fun picture. I feel like I left that up. My brain's been a scrambled egg too. Catch y'all on Wednesday. I'm gonna run a close-up ad and we'll wrap it up. Hope you guys are having fun. Okay. Who needs an ad? Who needs an ad? Cindy needs an ad.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see. and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Nope. All right, folks, we're all about letting folks art here, having a wonderful time. Thanks for indulging me in a little random art time. I will be sharing that to some people who need to see it. And beyond that, guys, keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating, because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you cannot edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. Toodles.